Good morning. Myself Seema Sharma, Assistant Professor in SIARTS Pharmacy. Today we are going to discuss our new topic, that is antihypertensive drugs from a subject Pharmacology 2 of 5th semester. Let's start our discussion. First, for antihypertensive drugs, we have to know what is hypertension. Hypertension is also known as high blood pressure, and it's a long-term medical condition in which the blood pressure in the arteries is persistently elevated. So hypertension is basically very common disorder, particularly at the past middle age. It's not a disease in itself, but it is an important risk factor for our cardiovascular mortality and morbidity. So the systolic blood pressure will be more than or equal to 140 mm of Hg, and diastolic blood pressure will be more than or equal to 90 mm Hg. Next, the types of hypertension. The first type is pre-hypertension, and second is hypertension stage 1, third is hypertension stage 2, and fourth is pregnancy-induced hypertension. In first case, pre-hypertension 1, the range for systolic blood pressure is 120 to 139 mm of Hg, and for diastolic blood pressure, the range is from 180 to 89 mm of Hg, same as in hypertension stage 1, systolic blood pressure 140 to 159 mm of Hg, diastolic blood pressure 90 to 90 mm, 99 mm of Hg. In hypertension stage 2, systolic blood pressure more or equal to 160 mm of Hg, and diastolic blood pressure is more or equal to 100 mm of Hg. In case of pregnancy-induced hypertension, it caused because of increased production of hormones and enzymes during pregnancy. So it may be either hypertension, it occurs like hypertension stage 1, hypertension stage 2, or next is etiology of hypertension. First is primary hypertension. It has two types: primary hypertension and secondary hypertension. Primary hypertension, it is the elevation in BP without any identified cause. That means in primary hypertension, we don't know the reason why this hypertension occurs. And in secondary hypertension, the exact cause is known, and it also increase in the blood pressure, and this type of in secondary hypertension that is account for 5 to 10% of the total cases. Next is the main reason, the main cause of the secondary hypertension. We already said that in primary hypertension, we don't know the main cause of the hypertension, but in secondary, we know the exact cause. So these are the causes for secondary hypertension. First is the congenital narrowing of the aorta. It causes hypertension. Renal diseases, endocrine disorders like Cushing syndrome, neurological disorder like brain tumors and head injury, sleep apnea, medications like oral contraceptives, NSAIDs and cocaine, and cirrhosis of the liver. These are the causes for secondary hypertension. Next is the classification of hypertension on the basis of blood pressure. So here in first column, systolic and diastolic pressure, the units in mm in Hg. So these we already discussed in the first slide, the types of hypertension, what is the range for normal and for pre-hypertension, for hypertension stage 1 and stage 2. These are the systolic and diastolic pressure units. So in the next, we are going to discuss what is the normal regulation of blood pressure, how we can identify either the pressure of the blood is high or low. According to the hydraulic equation, arterial blood pressure is directly proportional to the product of the blood flow, that means cardiac output, and the resistance of the passage of the blood through precapillary arterioles, that means PVR, peripheral vascular resistance. Blood pressure is equal to cardiac output into PVR. Now, how much the cardiac output increase and peripheral increase, it depends upon the condition of the blood pressure. How much is they increasing, the blood pressure already also increase. It depends upon these two factors, cardiac output and peripheral vascular resistance. Next is blood pressure is maintained by, Regulation of the cardiac output and peripheral vascular resistance exerted at three sites: arterioles, postcapillary venules, and heart, kidneys, and baroflexus. Baroflexus is mediated by the autonomic nerves. Autonomic nerves is the combination with humoral mechanism. It includes the RAS system and the local release of the vasoactive substances. Now, next is the main topic of our lecture, that is antihypertensive agents. We already discussed hypertension, how hypertension occurs. Now we are discussing the agents for antihypertensive drugs. These are the first are the diuretics, second is ACE inhibitors, third is angiotensin blockers, fourth class is direct renin inhibitors, fifth is adrenergic blockers, calcium channel blockers, beta and alpha adrenergic blockers, central sympathomyelitics, vasodilators, and others. These all are the antihypertensive agents which help to reduce or to slow the blood pressure in a human being. In our next topic, we are going to discuss each drug, each class of a drug. Like in diuretics, we are going to discuss like one or two example of each class in a brief. So in diuretics, we are going to discuss thiazides, high ceiling diuretics, potassium sparing diuretics. The example for thiazide is hydrochlorothiazide, high ceiling for furosemide, torsemide, entrecalciferine acid, potassium sparing is spironolactone and amiloride. And in ACE inhibitors class, the examples for ACE inhibitors are captopril. What ACE inhibitors are doing? ACE inhibitors, it help to reduce or stop the conversion of the angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. Same as in diuretics, it stops conversion of angiotensinogens to angiotensin 1s. So in our next class, we are going to discuss each class individually with examples. So that's for today. We will discuss the rest in our next class. Thank you.